Corporate life is basically high school. And I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but hear me out real quick. Because the longer I've worked in an office, the more I've realized this ain't a professional environment. This is just high school with Outlook. Like, same social rules, same weird cliques, same gossip, same popularity contests, except now everyone has a mortgage and back pain. And the craziest part is, in high school, you're surrounded by teenagers, so you kind of expect the grading, the drama, and the little power games. But at work? Motherfucker, at work? It's like I'm sitting next to a 40-year-old man who's been divorced 3 times and he's still acting like he's fighting for a seat at the lunch table. So today, I want to break down all the ways corporate life is basically high school, and why once you see it, your stress levels drop by like 50%. Alright, first point is the new lunch tables are teams. This is the first obvious one. In high school, you had lunch tables. You had the athletes, the nerds, the band kids, the popular girls, the weird kids. Turn around and die. Turn around and die. Kids like that. And the kids who sold vapes. In corporate, it's the same thing, bro. I'm telling you, it's the same thing. Except now the lunch tables are your department, your team, your project group, your quote-unquote stakeholders, and the random group chat that somehow controls your entire life. And just like high school, once you sit at a certain table, you're kind of stuck there. You're not just a person anymore, you're a type. I can attest to this. I have a coworker who not a lot of people like, but I'm a really loyal guy, and I found out that it's definitely contagious. It's definitely contagious. But fuck that. I'm in it for my team. They say, oh, that's just Gosh from analytics. Oh, that's just the HR girl. Oh, that's just the PM. And everyone acts like those categories are permanent. Cliques, just like in high school, are like silos in this new environment. Every company pretends it's one big family. It's not. It's cliques. And cliques are basically just silos with better branding. You've got the sales clique, the IT clique, the finance clique, the product clique, the execs, aka the seniors in high school who run everything, who want to bang the 14-year-old freshman. No, I'm just kidding. And the way you know it's high school? Because each clique thinks they're the main character. I'm the only main character and everybody else is faking. Sales thinks they're carrying the company. Finance think they're the only adults in the room. Product thinks they're building the future. IT thinks everyone else is a toddler. I mean, let's be honest, IT is just ready to get home and get home to their Discord kitten. Honestly, I respect it. Tippable. All of them are kinda right. Really, in this environment, gossip is the real currency, bruh. Not to sound like a little mean girl, but it's true. People think corporate success is about skills. Nah. It's about relationships, perception, and the unofficial information pipeline. Because gossip is what runs the building. And I don't mean gossip like who's dating who. I mean corporate gossip like, did you hear they're reorganizing? I think layoffs are coming. Apparently Eric is on thin ice. They're moving this team offshore, bro. They're taking it to India. That's the real curriculum. You could be the best worker on earth, but if you don't know what's happening socially, You're basically blind. You're Helen Keller out here mixed with Stevie Wonder, and they had a baby that got hit in the face with an acid attack with bleach. Work feels like survival mode. This is one people don't talk about enough. Some days at work genuinely feel like survival mode. Like you walk in and you can feel the vibe is off, and you're just trying to not get blamed for something, not get pulled into drama, not get roped into a meeting that ruins your day, not get caught idle on Teams. For my remote workers out there. It's the same energy as high school where you're just trying to get through the day without being embarrassed. If you're a little nerd, I mean, I was kind of cool, so... Nah, I'm just kidding. But here's the key. Just like in high school, once you take a step back, you realize none of this actually matters that much. And you don't need to spike your cortisol levels over it, because half of the stuff people are stressed about are fake urgency. It's quote-unquote urgent because someone else forgot to do their job last week. Really, some days are just like a boring lecture. Another high school parallel. Some days at work feel like a boring lecture where you can barely keep your eyes open, dude. You know that feeling. I know you do out there. You know that feeling. You're sitting in a meeting, someone is sharing their screen, they're scrolling through a spreadsheet, and you're thinking, wow, I can't believe this is my life. It's like being stuck in 10th grade history class, except for now you can't doodle in the notebook because people will ask you to circle back. There are still teachers' pets. You know who I'm talking about, the people who laugh too hard at the manager's jokes, ask questions they already know the answer to, volunteer for everything, act like the company is a sacred mission. Every office has them, and the funniest part, that shit be working. Cause the workplace ain't fair, baby. It's high school, no bones about it. And in high school, the teacher's pet gets the benefit of the doubt. The moment you gooners out there have been waiting for. Yeah, let's be real. Work crushes are absolutely a thing. And they're honestly one of the only entertaining parts of being in an office, because it gives the day a little storyline. Oh, if only y'all knew, if only y'all knew. Oh man, I'll talk about it later. But it's like, yeah, I hate this job, but I might see her at the coffee machine, you know? A little something to nibble on. Then you're suddenly like, showing up on time, wearing a decent outfit, sitting up straighter in meetings. And just like high school, the crush is usually 90% fantasy and 10% reality, because you don't actually know them. You just know their work personality, their team's profile picture, and the fact that they smiled at you once. So your brain creates a whole movie. That's 100% a real thing. If you're around someone enough, and if they're at least mid, maybe even below mid, be honest. The guys out there, be honest. You know you're hidden below mid, but you're just gonna lie to your friends about it. There's just something about that. Work wives, bro. Work wives, bro. Anyways, popularity matters more than people admit. This is the part that people don't want to hear, but in corporate, popularity matters. Not in a mean girls way, but in a quiet way. The people who get promoted faster are often the people who are liked, trusted, socially safe, and easy to work with. Not necessarily the most skilled. That's why you'll see average performers climbing, high performers burning out, and geniuses getting ignored. And it's not because the company hates talent, it's because the company rewards stability. Really makes you think, lesson in that. The cool kids are the executives. In high school, the cool kids were the seniors. In corporate, they're leadership. They don't even have to be cool. I mean, most of them are just like, 5 steps away from, let's just say the Big E. The Big E over there on the island. Over there with a prosthetic mask on and, that place over there. Anyways, they don't even have to be cool. They just have status. They can walk around late, show up to meetings unprepared, say vague stuff like, "We need to align," and everyone nods like it was wisdom. It's literally high school, bruh. Now I know this all sounds cynical, but here's the optimistic part. Even though corporate life is basically high school, most people are actually trying. Even the annoying ones, even the teacher's pets, even the guy who won't stop talking in meetings. People just want to feel respected, feel safe, feel like they belong somewhere, and honestly, that's kind of what school spirit was too. At the end of the day, you still want your team to win. You still want the project to succeed. You still want your coworkers to be okay. And maybe that's all we really need. Not the fake motivational stuff, not the "we're a family," just a little bit of school spirit, and enough self-awareness to not take it too seriously. Because once you realize it's high school, you stop panicking, and you start playing the game calmly. If you've ever felt like your job is weirdly stressful for no reason, it's because it's not really about work, it's about people. And you're not crazy, you're just back in high school. So yeah.